Summer. This is Irene paying me a visit on Sunday morning. So the lights have been flashing a couple of times on and off. I kind of expect it to stay off, but until then, I figure I'd try to knock out a video. The bus, we got some paint on it. Waiting to see a tree lift off, you know. Wait for a good YouTube moment. The tank garage is getting beat up here and shit hit it. When the winds really start picking up, those things really start flexing. Water dripping on the camera. Anyway, to the bus. How's that? We'll go out there if we hear any funky noises. Alright. The bus. Nice tinge of pink on everything, huh? Alright. We're all done. Well, not really. But that's the idea. That's what we want it to look like. Here's what we got. The gray doesn't even look gray anymore, it looks white. I love the bottom color, it's nice and dark. It's very becoming better than the other red, the brighter red that a lot of them have. I'm not sure about the wheels yet, the color of them, because they haven't painted the same color as the top. But I'm still waiting on tires for them anyway. The paint went pretty good. I went, someone's asking how I ended up doing my door jambs. I kind of masked off. Of course, the tape was wrapped right around the top to mask them off. But I kind of just left like that much exposed. I wanted to make it so that whenever you close the door, whatever you saw was red. So when you close the door, you know you don't see anything else besides red through there. But when you're on the inside, you don't see anything but white on the inside. And the doors are closed. So that's kind of how I used to judge what I wanted off and on. Got a little bit of blow by around some of it. That's probably the worst of it all right there. So I may have to go back and do a little bit of touch up on that because I don't want to see it. But no complaints. The paint line went pretty well all the way around it. As far as I used that fine line tape that someone, come on camera, shut the door. There we go. I used that fine line tape that someone had suggested, and everything went pretty good except for I got a little kitty wampus on this door right here. So, and again, yeah, the one spot that like you're looked at all the time is going to be the driver's door, and it's where my boo-boos are on the driver's door. The weather was really humid. It was 85 degrees, and I had the air conditioner on in here. I let it try to cool everything down, and get the not really cool it down, but get the moisture out of the air. And I think I got it out of the air, but the metal was still kind of holding on to that. So I had a lot of orange peel on it because everything else was the same between. You can see, like between that. There's some staining on it, just from the plastic touching it. But anyway, like that. Like that's not orange peel. That's just from the plastic I had on it. And then the fixture and the surface of like this. So I'm gonna wet sand it out. It's been sitting about 2 or 3 days. I caught a cold, plus painting probably didn't help much. So I didn't want to make a video of me not being able to talk. Not that I sound that great right now, but continue to walk around it. Door jams on this side. Well, I'm happy with that. When I was shooting these, get down around the corner, the plastic I just had like the plastic laying over the bus because I had to kind of open the doors, paint it, shut the doors, and then shoot the rest of it. Well, that's how I kind of did it anyway. And when I was doing that, the plastic on the front here kind of blew up out of the way. And when it did that, I had gotten a tinge of like pink all like right in here. Not bad, but you can definitely see it. But, so what I did to get rid of that, wherever it is, I actually used lighter fluid. Just lighter fluid and a clean rag. I didn't want to use any kind of thinner or anything. I didn't want to start breaking the paint up. And I had a convertible top put on once, and the guy said, you ever get anything on anything, that's like the best cleaner to use. So with his suggestion, I've been using that for different things, and it took it all right off. No problem. I know it's a little bit on, a little bit kind of like peppered up on here that I cleaned off too. So again, that's all going to get wet sanded anyway, but I don't want a different color on it, and then wet sanding that color into it. Got some boo-boos on the corners. I'd gotten some runs. Again, I'm good. I feature runs in every one of my videos. That's my specialty. And I tried a trick that someone had done, which was put the tape over the run and pull it off. I made a mess of it. I should have just left it alone and dealt with the run. Sorry, I can't open the door right now because of the weather for lighting, but that's what you're gonna see. Here's the hatch. You're not going to see, like, you see like where the little spray is right there. The rubber seal sits right there, so I wasn't worried about anything blowing behind it. But I just wanted it to look good. As I said, when all the doors and the hatches are closed, you don't see any other color, and you don't. Then on the inside, all you see is the white. I had masked off the back of those vents and the holes for the brake lights and the reverse lights. But I still ended up getting some overspray on the areas down here. This tin was painted outside, so it didn't matter. But I still have some overspray on that. So I still have to paint windows for this. So I still have to crack the paint out again, and bumpers also. So I'm going to have to go back in and just blow a little bit over the top of that to color that back in again. It's all a learning process to me, right? It looks so much brighter. That top doesn't even look gray anymore, it just looks white. And that's the color of the wheels. Whether I stay with them, I'm not sure if I'm going to stay with that color or not. I'm waiting on tires from Craigslist, some cheap. I want to buy new tires, but so far, no good. I had some tires I could put on it, but they're not the right thing for it. Like I said, old red lines, real ones. That guy's restoring a 69 Roadrunner. That would be the original tires for it. I have those, but I don't want to put them on this. Wide ovals, 70 series G, I think they are. But there's another car that they're destined for. But if I have to, I'll put on this. I have to get this thing ready to roll. I was happy with the line in the front, the way it came down and came up. I don't know if the camera kind of picks it up right, but there's a very good transition. I don't see any kind of choppiness to it at all. So I'm happy with that part. Just those little oversprays. These areas right in here. I'll have to kind of go and touch up with maybe a paintbrush, I'm not sure. Also behind the hinges, you can see behind that hinge, you can see some white. I gotta probably do the same with that. I'll probably mask off around it and get in it with a little paintbrush. These are the windows I still have to do. If you look, the back window is fixed, and these windows all tip out. This bus is set up the same way. I don't have the top ones, but this is how the length of mine will be set up. So I have to paint each and every one of those. It's probably about a ½ inch of metal going around them. So those need to be painted yet. These frames are kind of like a Jeep upper door. Kind of same thing, it bolts onto the top, and it's just a sliding window. But there's a lot of metal in there also that needs to be painted. So that's kind of the next process, to start bringing that stuff forward and painting them out. Like those are called safari windows. In the warmer climates, you flip them out and you get air blowing right in the front. They can actually pop straight up if you want straight out. Someday maybe. But that's where I am. Not great, not terrible. You know, it's nice to see it all one color and finally looking like something instead of a pile of primer that's been sitting in my yard for the last 4 years. And at least I got it to the stage where I wanted to get it to, because I didn't want to have to try painting it in the wintertime. But I will continue to keep picking away on different things on it and getting her up and done and around. I'm gonna put all the dash back together and the battery in it and all, just so it at least I can start it up, pull it out of my garage, and take it off the lift. Because when it's off the lift, I can take it and shift it to the left that way about 2 or 3 feet. And when I'm working on power equipment, it just gives me that much more room over there, so I don't make mistakes. I like misting oil on it. I did use that fisheye remover, and then afterwards I found out everybody said that stuff sucks and stay away from it, it'll contaminate your shop, and etc, etc, etc. Alright, fine, whatever. I used it. It did what it was supposed to do, but now I know better. So how are we doing outside? Oh, it's calm. We're in the eye. I looked at some other pictures. They showed that the inside of the engine bay, they had it as the same as the bottom color being the dark red. But my thought on that is I actually kind of like the fact that it lights up that whole area in there. It's easier to see than when you're sitting with the dark color and everything just kind of gets lost. I don't know. It'll probably get real dirty real fast too. It might be a downfall. I am still looking for another one of these tins, the rear apron, because that one's damaged in the corner. And as far as I understand, this is the wrong one anyway, because this is a 67 bus, and a friend of mine was telling me that 67 only has the single bolt holes. It's the only year that has that. So this is the wrong one. Whether I find it with 4 holes or 2 holes, I really don't care. And that somebody already hacked out for a bug motor instead of the stock exhaust that I have. But it's on the shopping list. Nothing's in. I have extra paint, so you know, I plan on screwing stuff up in the future and having to repaint them anyway. So I'll just crack out the paint again. I don't know. What do you guys think? For my second attempt. So hopefully each job I do gets a little bit better, and I get better at this as I go along. And again, this bus I started with somebody else's bodywork, so I was just kind of wanting to put it together, and I did a little bit more than I actually thought I was going to go do on it. But there is still a little bit of half-ass bodywork in it, but not much. You know, it's sound. It's all metal, and then welded in metal too, except for the 2 rear corners. I had rivets in it. I didn't replace it, but I ground down where the rivets were, and I re-welded everything. So, too much information. So someday I can hang the keys on that and have it ready to rock and roll. We do a little ride. But my voice is starting to fail, so we're gonna go call this a nice little happy ending, and peace, everybody.